Hey guys, welcome back. It's another episode of Drinks with Deg with your host Deg, the one and only. I just want to thank you guys right now for the input for this week's episode. We are going to be talking sports. Thank you to everyone who's reached out recently within the week, who's finally getting around to listen to my podcast. I thank you guys from the bottom of my heart. And thank you to my editor, my best friend, my ride or die, Julia, for editing every single episode and also for getting me on YouTube. You guys can look for me on YouTube with Drinks with Deg, on Twitter, Drinks with Deg, Instagram, Drinks with Deg, Facebook, Drinks with Deg, and even on email, drinkswithdeg@gmail.com. If you guys want to shoot me any commentary about today's episode or previous episodes, I'm more than happy to reach out to you guys and we can discuss it on future shows if you'd like. We're going to start off again with the pick your poison. I am still drinking a Lone Star. I'm always going to be drinking a Lone Star. I'm just that person. Last week, out of the drinks that I bought, I did try the other ones off the podcast, but I didn't feel like I had a connection with them. I just feel like that's something that I've tried before, and I just wasn't a big fan of the last two beers that I got. I don't remember the names of them, to be quite honest, but the one that had stuck out the most was that UFO pineapple. I went to Total Wine earlier, again this week. Again, I'm going to be a regular there now with this show. And I got the UFO pineapple. And it was in a 6-pack. So that was super rad. I was like, do you guys sell this in a 6-pack? And they had to go and scrounge it for me. But I was so thankful for everyone there at Total Wine. Thank you guys. You guys are also making the show very, very possible. I did also get my hands on a bottle of amaretto liqueur. And I'm trying to look for a dope recipe, but nothing's really popped out or really seemed like something that I'd be into. So please, guys, again, reach me at any other social medias or even text or call me. Let me know what goes good with amaretto liquor. Thank you, Sissy and Albert, for that hookup on the bottle. That was pretty dope. So yeah, that's what I'm drinking tonight. So Lone Star, you guys are going to hear my can open a few times because I have a lot to say tonight. We are going to be getting into sports. Yes, I know it's a very broad subject, but we're going to be talking football, basketball, baseball, and I say that with heavy heart. And we're going to go into just some other sports as well after that. But okay, let's jump in to football. That's the first thing I wanted to tackle. Football, it just plays a huge role, I think, in every Texan's life. Everybody in the state of Texas, football is literally a religion. And a lot of people say that, and they also have that kind of a stigma with the South, but it's super true. If there's somebody that doesn't like football, in Texas, it's so rare for me to find a person who doesn't like football. They love other sports and stuff like that, but if they just don't like football, I think there's something that was crosswired or something in their brain. So let's hear about the teams that you guys love, teams that you guys hate. As many of you know that I am a huge New York Giants fan. I know I'm gonna wait till y'all simmer down after y'all are done booing me, etc., because my father is a Cowboys fan. This household is Cowboys Nation, and I just had to be the black sheep of the family. I'm aware, and like the Giants. But you know what? That's my team. Everybody wants an explanation as to why my team is. So basically, long story short is when I was about 12 and I understood the whole football concept and, what the flags were, what certain calls were, and things like that. It was around the time when I had seen Eli on the field, and I was just like in awe. Just the way he orchestrated everything back then with Victor Cruz, it was just such a beautiful moment between them, and it was just like just moment to moment to moment. And at that time, we went on to win 2 Super Bowls. And also, shout out to Eli. He retired this year. So sad. He's forever a Giant. We love you, Manning. I do have some shit to say about Odell. As you guys know, he's like pretty famous for that one-handed catch and also for the ramen noodle hair that he has. I believe now he's playing for the Browns. And he just actually kind of pissed me off not that long ago, probably about 5 months ago. I know you guys seem like that's a long time, but it's really not. He had mentioned, I believe, in an interview with GQ that he was quote unquote, actually don't quote me, that he was pretty much, just to sum it up, tired of playing for a team when everybody basically bought tickets just to see him play, etc. etc. No, 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 no. Honey, sweetheart, baby. You made that one-handed catch against Dallas. Now, that was an epic time for me, so I will always hold that near and dear to my heart because I cannot stand the Cowboys. So, that's always going to reside with me until I die. But you also forgot that Eli did win a couple of Super Bowls before you got with them, so you need to take that into consideration. Tone it down a little bit, because if anything else, then Odell's just gonna retire. I have a feeling that Odell's gonna retire football super early just because he's not getting his way, and I think he's actually kind of being a brat about it. But that's that. I'm gonna step off my soapbox again with Odell. But Giants, just get your shit together this season, dudes. We would be amazing if you guys we just need a whole new O-line, guys. Let's just be real. If you guys have seen my team play, it's embarrassing sometimes. I have no shame saying that it's embarrassing, but I will always love my Giants. I will love them just as much as you guys love breathing. It's the same thing. I'm a diehard. What can I say? So the teams that you guys hate, I need to know which ones and why. I personally don't like the Cowboys. They're arrogant. They like to talk a whole bunch of shit, and I also see a lot of my Cowboy fans on my Facebook and other social media. You guys are really rude to the Texans. And the Texans just the same back. I mean, it's pretty much 50-50 split down the middle. You guys watch each other's games more than y'all watch y'all's own games. That's what I've noticed. I'm just an innocent bystander. Don't shoot the messenger. But Cowboys, y'all have not been anywhere near a Super Bowl ring in such a long time. And I admire you guys for always sticking with your team until you die. That's my dad. That is the epitome of my father. And you guys know I love the shit out of my dad. I just hate his teams. Right now, he's actually watching curling. We're just really into the most random sports here in this house, I think. We love to just like drink and watch curling or any like random ass Olympic sports that are on. We just like kind of make it a thing. Like one time, me and my brother were at the bar, and it was actually for my birthday. We were waiting for people to show up, and we were there at the bar, and we were watching gymnastics, and we were just like, oh, just like kind of making it a big deal. But anyway, tangent again. So I'm honestly don't want to talk much about the Super Bowl. That was just a huge thing. People have their own opinions about the halftime show, which I thought was amazing. J-Lo and Shakira, they did their thing. The teams, I was totally going for Kansas City. The rest of my house was going for 49ers, but I like that guy from Texas Tech. I forgot his name, but yeah, I liked him a lot. So that's who I was going for. He's a badass. I love how humble he is and how outgoing and just funny. I like that guy a lot. New stuff here. The XFL Roughnecks. My God, you guys are so diehard for them right now. I see you guys posting all the time. Well, actually, recently, not all the time, about them. And I have my really good friend April. I love you. I miss you. She was just telling me that how their games were super inexpensive and they just have a good time. Telling me that the deals on their seats are just to die for. And I love a good deal, guys. Like if you guys can get me to go to a Stros game or to a Rockets game where it costs me little to nothing, I'm going to be there. I don't care if I'm in the nosebleeds or not. I just want to have a good time and watch some sports, drink some beer, and just be around people who are in that atmosphere. If you guys have never experienced that kind of atmosphere, put it on your bucket list or whatever list, your long-term, short-term goals. Do it. It'll make you feel like a whole different person, really. And I'm just so happy to be around people who are just like, just so like gung ho about the sport. It's just a good time, especially when you're drinking. And if you guys want to get petty and fight people, like that's cool. I love to watch a good bar fight anyway. So anyway, about the Roughnecks, I hear that they're doing pretty well, and I think that's a team that everyone in Houston can get behind. I hear they're kicking ass and taking names while they're at it. If you guys have any more information on the Roughnecks, please, please, please send it to me. I would love to know. My mom, she's like, the Roughnecks, they need to bring back the Oilers. She's a diehard Oilers fan, guys. Like, my mom will not change. She will not pick a team. She's like, we're like, oh, who's your favorite football team? And she'll be like, oh, the Houston Oilers. And everybody just kind of looks at her. And she's just like, I'm just saying. But anyway. But speaking of other local sports, the Houston Rockets, guys, bravo, you guys shut down stupid ass Golden State. I cannot stand Steph Curry. There's just something about that guy. I don't care about him. He just kind of gave me that Kobe, rest in peace, complex, to where if you are 2 inches away from him, you get a technical. And I don't like playing that shit. My guys on my team play dirty. The Rockets, they'll play dirty. They don't give a shit. They're awesome. I'm so proud of them for that. I just want them to get their heads out their asses and put on a good ass season, because I need that fire. I need that hoorah, I guess you can say, from them. They always get me started, man. When I'm anywhere watching the Rockets, I'm just, I am suckered in. Even if I'm here at the house and I'm watching the Rockets, I'm standing up, I'm biting my nails, I'm chugging, and I'm pounding beers left and right because they make me so nervous. James Harden is pretty much like the backbone of that team, and I really, really, really hate to see that. Russell Westbrook, apparently I heard he got ejected from a game, and that he needs to learn how to play well with others is basically what they scolded him with. And I'm just like, these guys are also putting on a show. I love a good fight. I love it when basketball teams or football teams, or they're just like want to duke it out right there on the field or on the court or whatever. I don't know. I don't know, guys. It's probably because I grew up in Pasadena. I love a good fight. Oh, man. Oh, also, fuck the Mavs. I am not a Mavs fan. I don't know. I think just everything in Dallas, like sports-wise, is just tainted. I don't like the Rangers either. We'll get into that. But there's something about Dallas. I'm just like, everywhere else is cool. Like, I would rather probably go live in Austin. And that's a lot for me to say. I would rather go live in Austin than in Dallas because, oh no. Yeah, fuck the Mavs. Like, I can't stand the owner. My dad just has this own stigma with them too. And we just kind of grew up saying fuck the Mavs, like, pretty much. The All-Star game, I realized, was also this past week. I didn't watch it. I know I'm a terrible person. I've been having the weirdest week, sleep-wise. I haven't been sleeping much, but it's cool because I'm up. So I really can't give you guys much about that other than I want my Rockets to do fucking amazing. I love them and they deserve it. They need to hurry up and get this shit because I'm sure everyone on the team is just tired of not having a fucking ring since like 94, 95. So yeah, come on Rockets, we got this. So speaking of people who got this, my boy Alex, his show is coming up, his match is coming up here soon, within the next couple of weeks. We're rooting for you, dude. We love you. We have all the support in the world. I'm personally so excited for this fight that my boy Alex is having. He is a force to be reckoned with. I've seen this dude put so much love and dedication and just the passion that he has for this art. And yes, guys, boxing is an art. It's just something that you can't do. again, back to the hood fighting. Just because you throw a couple of licks and your homeboy goes down doesn't mean shit. That doesn't mean that you were made for this. It takes a lot of patience and a lot of skill, a lot of dedication. I know Nina has been such a badass wife with this whole thing and just sticking by her husband and watch him achieve his dreams. I'm sure she's so proud, just like the rest of us are, dude. You're gonna kick ass. This is the first boxing match that I'll be going to, guys. So I am so stoked. I'm so stoked. I'll be with a bunch of friends and family, and we're just gonna watch this whole thing go down. And of course, there's gonna be beer. Well, I hope so. But Alex, yeah, we're rooting for you, dude. Woo! Okay. And just my personal thoughts on boxing. I'm just more of an MMA person. I love the nitty gritty of it. I like the cheap shots. I like the blood everywhere. And if you wanted to settle something, you do it in the octagon. I am a Conor McGregor fan. I know. Let me just pause for a minute, drink my beer for him. You guys think that I'm crazy because I like him. I love how cocky he is. Like you can't deny the cockiness about this guy. It's just up the wazoo, and he proves himself like every single opportunity. And I know it irritates people, but I think that's kind of badass that he knows he's got a whole bunch of haters and he just wants to fucking kick ass all the time. But anyway, I digress. For that portion of MMA, the women's part of MMA, I love watching two chicks in the octagon fucking just clawing each other out. Oh my God, it is the best. And I'm just like, yes, I get way more crunk to that than the dudes. I don't know. It's just some weird thing that these women, they are just so badass. They're like, you know what? We can do that shit too. And we're just going to play way more dirtier. Ronda Rousey was my girl. She still is my girl. She's doing the WWE fighting, which is badass as well. The Total Divas, I totally watch, even though I'm not into wrestling much. But yeah, Ronda, oh God, I just love her game face. I'm not a big fan of her acting, but she should just stick to the ring, I think, personally. And it's just very powerful in general for women, for their movement, for us trying to do all this equality and all that stuff. Ronda Rousey's played a huge role in that. It's made girls feel really, really special. And going back to that, there's our hometown hero, Miss Marlena Esparza, from our very own Pasadena, Texas. She's been in the Olympics, guys. She's a badass. She's so sweet. She is the most humble person in, I think, the Olympics. Honestly, I've seen her art and her formation with the whole boxing thing, and it's just so, I don't know, I'm at a loss of words for her, because she's good at what she does, and she's just so dedicated, and it's awesome. All right, guys, so the moment we've all been waiting for. Let's talk baseball. Here, batter, swing, batter. There's no crying in baseball, by the way. And I just said a mouthful after realizing what we're going to talk about. I do want to talk about the Astros. There have been speculations, confirmations, denials, rumors, whatever you want to call it. It's, at the end of the day, it's a cheating scandal with my boys. They took home, in case you guys need a little recap, so all my friends who don't live here and don't know nothing about nothing, our very own Houston Astros won their first World Series back in 2017. That was the biggest thing to ever happen to this city in a really, really, really long time. We just went through Harvey. Everybody was still kind of broken over that, but the Astros just, oh man, they brought us so much life back into this city. They couldn't shake us. During Harvey, actually, we were grateful enough to, still have our power here in our house, and we were watching the games, because, we were all running cabin fever. And bless everyone who went through Harvey here and who went through the loss of their homes, cars, things that they can never get back. And just it was an overwhelming feeling for the whole city of Houston, basically. And it was so badass there was this one game that I watched in particular. They were in, oh God, I think they were playing the San Francisco Giants, or I don't think they were playing LA at that time. But anyway, they were playing, and then I see people with these signs that saying "We love you, Houston," hashtag Houston strong, and we missed you back home. Things like that. It was just so sweet and so overwhelming, and it brought tears to my eyes because the love for Houston goes everywhere, guys. It's just not. It is really just a Houston thing, and I think we also carry that love that we have for each other and our city. Like, we help each other out during these devastating times. There's not one person that I have on my Facebook list that wasn't helping somebody out, or doing charity work during Harvey and things like that. But anyway, I'm going on about Harvey. Fuck Harvey. We all hated Harvey. But the Stros, man, they really made all of that shit that we all went through worth the while, coming home with that championship, baby, in LA. However, there's this cheating scandal that's going on, and I wanted to read up more. I did a little bit of research, guys. The other night, I haven't been sleeping much. My sleeping has gone from a full 6 hours to 3 hours or 4 hours or whatever. And I was just like, man, one of the mornings that I woke up, I was like, you know what? I'm going to shower. I'm going to, go ahead and get dressed and ready for work. And I'm going to go ahead and do some homework for my show, because I was noticing more and more people putting some hilarious ass memes and some articles and, news pieces and stuff like that about this whole scandal. And I was just sitting here before work with my cafecito and my pan dulce, and I needed to get an understanding as to what the hell was going on, because you're hearing all kinds of rumors, like there were buzzers, there were people hitting the trash cans, and like all this stuff that these conspiracy theory, well, I wouldn't say conspiracy, however you want to call it, I'm just going to call it that. These conspiracy theorists had said, oh, well, this is what the Astros did, blah, blah, blah. My dear ladies and germs, I had been doing a little bit of research before watching The Athletic, and The Athletic, I have them on YouTube, so I was watching that because they pretty much broke everything down, and they showed video, and I'm not even gonna lie, it was a little hard for me to watch personally as a diehard fan, and just, it's like, to me it was kind of twisted in a way that it sounded like this is what happened. Like, these guys cheated. That's what it sounded like. It was hard not to believe the things they were saying, because they were pointing out and they had facts. I can't sit here and be like, well, fuck them. But yeah, actually fuck them, because those are my boys. Those are the Stros. Those are our hometown heroes. Those are, the Texan sweethearts, basically. So I just basically just wanted to get an understanding. So I watched it on YouTube, and apparently this whole cheating thing goes way back, like all the way back into like the 40s, basically. There's been accusations of teams over the years since then, sign stealing, which was the number one combatant about this whole thing, is that apparently the Astros were stealing signs, that they had cameras placed here, they had buzzers, trash cans, like, everything that I just mentioned before. And they, also on The Athletic, on that video that I was watching, they had posted a timeline. And one of the videos that they showed was whenever Gaddis goes to bat against the White Sox, and about how you can audibly, apparently they isolated the sound, which I thought was kind of weird, but they isolated the sound to where you can hear the, the banging of the trash can. And I'm just like, what? Like, nobody's paying attention. Well, apparently somebody was paying attention to that. But I mean, you're watching a damn game of fucking baseball. Like, that's America's pastime, for crying out loud. Like, you're watching this. I'm watching this full-heartedly, and they're just kind of breaking me in a way, breaking my heart in a way, actually, because you guys are taking something that was special to everybody in this fucking city, especially after everything we've gone through, with Harvey and personal struggles, things like that, and you're taking this away from us? Like, nah, dude, like, fuck you. Like, we went through too much. We deserve this. That's how I feel about that. Like, right now, guys, I am wearing my shirt that I got at the Pulga last weekend, and it says BL Tuve, and I just love it. It's perfect. It's the part of the Be Someone thing. If you're from Houston, you know what I'm talking about. I'm going to be behind these guys until I die. I do respect other teams in the league, absolutely. For instance, I love the Red Sox as well. I like them. I love the Big Papi era. If you guys remember the Big Papi era, I am such a huge fan of his. Let me actually go into some social media here, things that I had screenshotted and things of that sort, so that way we could kind of like break it down and I'll voice my opinions to you guys about that. So apparently Big Papi had said yesterday, and he was saying this to Mike Fears, and apparently Mike Fears, Fears? I don't know, whatever, that Mike dude, F him. Big Papi came out and he said, and I quote, "I'm mad at this guy, the pitcher who came out talking about it. Why don't you talk about it during the season when it was going on? Now you look like a snitch." Dude, for you to be called a snitch by Big Papi, that's some fucking big shit right there, dude. He does not play with his words. He is the guy who says what he means and he means what he says. So if Big Papi's gonna call you out nationally, I would suggest you finding a new name and a new identity, because nobody would want to talk to you, especially after freaking David Ortiz, the freaking legend, calls you out like that. Ugh, you probably also want to go to Canada or something lame and go start your new life over there. There were also a bunch of nastiness that was behind this as well. And when I say nastiness, guys, I mean things that should not have been ever told to another human being. Nonetheless, I mean, it's one thing, and people feel like there's a huge difference between like the celebrities and like us regular people. And yeah, of course there is, because we don't wake up with millions and thousands or whatever, fucking 5 cars that are all working. I'm not talking about y'all who have 5 cars and you're always working on them. Whatever. I'm talking about these guys say they wake up with a lot of money and they go to bed with a lot of money, and we just don't. We wake up poor and we go to bed poor for some reason. But anyway, there were things that I don't feel like you should repeat to another human being. And by that, I mean, you do not wish death upon somebody. Guys, that is a huge thing that is just, oh my God, it's a pet peeve of mine. It literally is just so ridiculous how people can wish death upon somebody and it just doesn't faze them. And I was like, do you even have a pulse? Are you real? Like, are you Santa Claus? Because I don't know where people get that shit from. But apparently, I was reading here in this article. It was actually just a quick glance from this page that I have on my Facebook, which is Houston Texans, Houston Rockets, everything. These guys post hilarious memes and just different kind of news articles about all the Houston teams and stuff like that collectively. And they had posted this one around like 1:40 something. And yesterday technically. So Josh Reddick, who, guys, he's literally one of my favorite people on this planet. I just love the crazy outfits that he has, like after they're done putting beer on each other and things like that. I'm laughing because Josh Reddick, he's so cool. And he gave birth to twins. Not him, but his wife did. And he had said that MLB fans have sent death threats to his family, which is a big no-no. Guys, it's a game. At the end of the day, these guys are just playing a game that we wish that we were as fit and as athletic to do. But we stopped that shit around 10 years old. Whatever. Anyway, so that had included death threats to his family, including wishing cancer on Riddick's infant. I, guys, wishing cancer on somebody is like the lowest form of fucked up. Actually, the highest form. That was dumb. The highest form of fucked up that you could get. You don't wish that shit upon anybody. You don't. Oh God. Just if I ever find out who that person is, I promise you, me and you're gonna have a long talk about wishing cancer upon somebody, because cancer's not good. Cancer's not fun. And why would you wish that on tiny humans? Tiny humans are adorable. Like, man, fuck you. Like, you're a fucking piece of shit, dude. You're ugh. Damn, dude, I'm just telling y'all, side note, this UFO pineapple beer just like hits a whole different level. It's great. But guys, what do you guys think about that? I mean, how would you feel? These guys are out here, they're defending our name, they're defending Houston. And I've also been hearing that they've been calling Altuve names. They've been saying really rude things to him at the camps and stuff like that. I'm just like, come on, man. Like, it's a fucking game. And what really kind of just bugs me is that I posted up this article the other day. And thank you to my brother, Jay. He's not my blood brother, but I do call him Bloodbath. Thank you, Jay, for having my back. Because I had somebody on there that I don't know very well. And he had said, well, that post is from 2 years ago, like right before the Astros had gone to the World Series. I'm aware, first of all. The report, I'm sorry, the thing that I had shared on there was that basically the Yankees and the Red Sox had gotten fined or something regarding stealing signs. Now you guys are just like, well, it's them. It doesn't matter. You know, what does it matter? No, guys, it does matter. It does matter in the sense that the Red Sox and the Yankees were just pretty much just slapped on the wrist and they were gone about their day. And I just kind of feel like it's messed up that the Astros are getting this huge drawn out deal about something that everyone does. Guys, if you guys have me on Facebook, just scroll all the way down past my dumbass videos and my memes and statuses and go to that video that I posted of Mike Judge. Mike Judge, there is an actual video of that guy having pictures of the dugout from the Stros and pitching pictures. Wow, say that 10 times fast. But yeah, and I'm just like, really, dude? Like, dude, first of all, Mike Judge, you look like Sid from Toy Story. I can't take you seriously. And second of all, like, guy, really? Like, really? Like, we're gonna, like, go there. Like, so they got a slap on the wrist and we're getting this whole drawn out thing? Like, no. No. I don't agree with that, because I just feel like Houston in general, like, even though I'm a Giants fan and even with football, I feel like the Texans get robbed of a lot of things. Like, it's supposed to be this time of happiness and glory and unity within the city, but then people are still talking shit. People are real shitty fans too, not to mention that. But yeah, I'm just like, oh, that shit just like blows my mind. And also, fuck you. I'm just gonna have a section in my new podcast up and coming called Fuck You, and you guys are gonna just tell me a bunch of like establishments and places that you're just like, fuck you, McDonald's for taking like 80 more seconds on my iced coffee than usual. But no, seriously, a big fuck you to Buffalo Wild Wings, B-dubs as some people call it. You guys did not have to be so shady and be like, oh, well, that's the proper way to get punished. No, bitch. Like, you clearly made that evident for us Astros fans and the whole city of Houston. You guys have lost my business 5+ years ago when Pluckers opened up off of Shepherd. And you guys will never gain another ounce of my money. Ever, ever, ever. If somebody ever suggested Buffalo Wild Wings, they would not be my friend. And no, it won't ever happen in this lifetime for me. I've always been a Pluckers fan. Shout out to Pluckers. You guys give the best quality and quantity, the bang for your buck, even though I do go broke there. You guys know me by my first name, pretty much. We're on a first name basis. And yeah, it was just so rude for them to post that. But you know what? And also shout out to Hooters. Hooters is, they were my cornerstone. They were the first buffalo chicken sandwich I ever had in my life when I was like 12. And they just were like, you know what, Houstonians, we got you. And they were just so cool about it. They're like, we got your like 10 wings. And for us, first of all, if anything's free, it's going to taste real good no matter where you're from or where it's coming from. And second of all, that was dope. That was so dope on their end for them to do that for us. Like, they didn't have to, but they were just like, nah, man, there's somebody disrespecting you. No, that's cool. Like, we're going to do that. And I'm like, word. So, fuck you. Buffalo Wild Wings, whatever. And apparently there were emails also that I'm going to get into, not fully into, because I didn't read them and I didn't want to pay attention to that, because this is so mind-blowing and it's so much to take in at one time, because I honestly, at the end of the day, I had to get an understanding of it. So I haven't done very much like a further investigation into the whole deal, because like as a Houston Astros fan, it's just very heartbreaking to hear. It's like hearing that that Santa Claus isn't real. Do not tell AJ this, because he will be like, Liz, what? Anyway, but it's like hearing that something that you thought was true your whole life was not true, or something that you believed in so heavily just wasn't. That's not what it is. It's actually something completely opposite of what you were thinking. And that's just how it felt for me. Like, I felt like really vulnerable and like such a child, like aesthetic about it, because I was just like, no, this can't be real. This can't be it. This can't be whatever. But I will tell you about loyalty, guys. I've fallen off a couple of wagons here with loyalty, but let me tell you, to all the fans out there who have been there since day one, and I'm not talking about 2017 championships day one, wearing all your orange and stuff like that. I'm talking about wearing that burgundy, baby, wearing that black, that blue, and that white, like Biggio, Bagwell, Berkman, the Killer B era, like even before that. Like, I'm talking about those fans. Keep doing what you do, guys. Like, you guys are giving everybody, even the bandwagoners, some fucking hope. And the Astros, it was great. I'm gonna get back on social media here, and even Reddick had said something to the extent of, quote unquote, at some point you have to move on and not give a shit. First of all, Reddick, I love you, because you just like, he just tells it as it is, and I can totally respect that, especially from an athlete. And he goes on to say, he says, we're going to go out there and win and shut everyone up. And speaking of telling people to shut up, Carlos Correa, the love of my life, if he did not marry what's-her-face, because I agree, she's a total babe, broken rib, oh, kinky ass, Carlos Correa, he told that dude to shut the fuck up, and I thought that was pretty rad of him. In the statement, actually, Carlos Correa had said that, what doesn't sit well with me is when you say false statements. If you don't know the facts, or you're not informed, this is America, Ken. And he was speaking to Ken Rosenthal at the time, so he said, this is America, Ken. You can say whatever you want, but Cody Bellinger's job is to look for information, get informed, and know the facts for sure before he stands in front of cameras to talk about other players. And then this is where he goes in. Carlos continues to say, you should be informed and get informed before you talk about other players. If you don't know the facts, then you got to shut the fuck up. Carlos Correa, my dude, I've always been in love with you. This is me actually professing my love to him. He spoke the truth, just as any Houstonian would do. Like, you just shut the fuck up. Like, until you know the facts, until you know what's really real, then you need to shut up. Because in the way that I grew up is that if you didn't know anything, you don't speak on it, you don't think about it, you don't whatever. Educate yourself. It's basically what Correa was saying to Cody Bellinger, which I understand. I mean, if you just want to go off and go flap your gums or whatever, like, that's cool, dude. But Correa's going to put you in perspective. Like, if you have the facts and you know what you're talking about, Carlos Correa would not be one to say anything. But he's Puerto Rican and he's crazy. Just like some of the Puerto Ricans in my life, Nina, Gloria, I love y'all, but y'all are crazy. Yeah, he's just speaking it as it is, and I'm just like, okay, like, that's, I mean, he's not wrong for saying things like that. He is just speaking the truth. So all in all, guys, I would really, really, really love to hear y'all's opinion about this. I definitely want to talk about it some more into the following week's show. This show was actually my least prepared one of the past 3 episodes. And I just think that this was something that we need to address, especially with our sports, because our sports are just staples in the city. And we just love a good time. Like, everyone's diehard, and I respect that. And I love the fact that people are diehards. So anyway, if you guys have any thoughts or opinions, again, like I said, reach me on my social media. Drinks with Dag everywhere. Drinks with Dag on Facebook, on Twitter, on Instagram, at Gmail. Even that, if you guys want to shoot me a message there or whatever, that'll be great. Oh my god, I feel like such a jerk because I did not shout out one of my really, really good friends, Master H, Horacio. Thank you so much, my love, for sending me pictures of you listening to me and drinking I'm drinking a Crawford Bock. I'm gonna go to hell. Drinking a Crawford Bock and listening to me. I feel like such a celebrity, a local celebrity at that. Thank you for listening to me. And for the rest of you guys that are listening to me on a basis, you guys are just amazing. I didn't think I was going to get as much love and support, and you guys just keep listening. Y'all amaze me every day. Next podcast, I'm thinking about all my friends who do small businesses or even big businesses. I would love to hear you guys' input, and I would love to talk to you guys one-on-one about your business. So if you guys want to shoot me an email or anything like that, I'm more than happy to shout you guys out. I am all about small businesses, guys. Like, I do love me some Walmart, some Target, some Marshalls, Ross, etc. But I think the true heart of it comes from these people who are putting everything, their family name, their entire existence on the line for doing something for a small business. And I think that's fucking rad. You guys have no idea how much place in my heart that you guys hold, because you guys are out there doing the damn thing and hustling every fucking day. So if you guys want to email me or whatever, I would love to hear from you, or to even have you on my show. I'll meet up with you wherever, as long as we can get some beers. That'll be cool. So hit me up on all social medias. I'm ready. I am so ready. If you guys also have drinks for that, like I mentioned earlier in the podcast regarding the amaretto liquor, I would love to also taste y'all's concoctions, I guess. Okay, guys, for social media, it's going to be at Drinks with Dag on Instagram, on Twitter, on Gmail at Drinks with Dag. Just email me. Even if you guys have my phone number, or if y'all have me personally on Facebook, then just shoot me a message. It'll be great. I miss you guys anyway. So just send me a message and we'll get together. You guys have a great night. Have a safe weekend. Prayers up, all that good stuff. And stay tuned.